What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of 4 Dummies, and tonight I am joined with the other 3 dummies. I have Mr. Robert Detoff.
Hello.
I have Mr. Just One.
Yo, what's happening?
And I have Mrs. Skullface.
Hello.
And tonight we are going to continue with the collection critique. You know the routine. Check your feelings at the door. If you're interested in the uncut version of this, where we talk about fans' toys and whether or not fans' toys represent the establishment or true art, feel free to join the Patreon at the $5 level, where you can hear the full conversation on that piece. That being said, we're going to start with our first entry, which is a very short, brief entry, I must say. It's going to make this episode the easiest to edit in 4 Dummies collection critique history. This is from Lane, who sent one bold photo. This is his collection. And he's obviously having a go, and it looks like dog.
Really stayed in his lane.
Oh God!
What are we looking at?
Yeah, I'm not even sure we need to comment.
Do we want to just get past this one? Like, here's the thing.
I mean,
I understand that this is a joke, and I think it's funny, Lane. I really do. Like, I laughed when you sent it. I also have a feeling that what you have that's not a joke is not much better.
Ooh.
He's telling you to stay in your lane.
This is my hypothesis. I think this tabletop is your collection. I think that you went and purposefully trashed it to make it a joke, which was funny. It did work. But I think had you not made this a joke, the reaction from us wouldn't have been that different. That's my hot take.
I mean, at least you got Pledge, and it looks like you're cleaning something. I don't know what, but you're thinking about cleaning something.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Bobby loves Pledge too.
I do love Pledge. I applaud your dusting chemicals.
So there you have
All right.
it. All right.
Are we done with that?
Good job.
Okay.
That was a 2-year-long joke.
All right. All right. So moving forward, as a heads up to the listeners, we are in now June of 2021. This is Red Wing. This is a mixed bag. It's not a terrible idea conceptually, but you need risers. You need to split up the space. You need to make stuff look a little bit more purposeful within those Calyx shelves. I'm guessing they're Calyx anyway, or Target.
And we can't see all these cords.
Yeah. So little simple things, right? If I'm looking at the whole Calyx space, you had the 2 pop shelves that are completely populated by pops. Put them on opposing sides so that they balance one another. Like little.
So that they pop?
Yeah. So that little, simple, easy fixes. You have this Power Rangers helmet. You have the Thanos glove. Put the Power Rangers helmet on the opposite sides of the glove and the helmet that are 1-1 scale, or the Iron Man glove rather, balance each other and keep it symmetrical. Like, just little simple choices.
Is the glove holding the curtain back?
It is.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool. That's terrible and hilarious.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, yours is just a reorganizational issue.
Yeah. He has this other bookshelf where he has the TV with the PS4, the Spider-Man PS4, and I think it's cool that the Spider-Man PS4 kind of shows the spider symbol a little bit. I would even turn it more so that you can really use it as a display piece. I know you'd have to lose the figures that are up there because you had to insert the discs in and out and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I think that there's a lot of stuff here that has potential. Like the little short shelves, I think he did a decent enough job with. The shelves underneath is where it kind of gets hit or miss for me in terms of either being overpopulated. You got Batman with a bunch of Gundams, just stuff that doesn't necessarily make any sense.
No, on the top shelves we got a bunch of behind them that I can't do.
Papers.
Yeah, there's books and some other stuff in there.
Put your homework in your backpack.
Sloppy.
Yeah, again, just organizational stuff. And
And risers. Did we say that already?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the worst
wires.
shelf is the one that's all these little mini figures.
The wires are just... I can't do electrical cords. I hate seeing them.
Even your Beast Wars that are in beast mode in the lower left-hand corner, that's a prime, so to speak, example of just stuff not occupying that space. They just look like they're thrown in there.
This person right here is the perfect... You're who we're talking to with the whole point that we're doing these things is you have a whole bunch of stuff and you don't know how to display it. Mm-hmm. So you just do it. You're like, oh, I buy a shelf and I put it on there and that's it and it's good enough. And here's what I have. But what we're trying to tell you is you got to think about how these things occupy the space and how the space looks as a whole.
Agreed.
And I think that you can do all that with what you've got.
Agreed.
You know what I think is genius? Having a giant box supported by more pops in front of it, blocking your air conditioner. That's genius.
I know that room is hot as hell.
Yep, and you don't even live in Maryland.
So he took the pops away to get a picture of it, and then when he showed the full space, he put the pops back in front of it.
Yeah, which means like that's where those go for you, which is crazy.
Which is, what's also funny is like this is the second person with a PCS Prime statue. If you look to the left,
oh yeah, I see.
That's not a cheap statue. Like that's an expensive piece.
What's up with this blade that you got behind the pops and in front of this Dawn of Futures Past box? You
Where's
see it
that?
sticking out?
Yeah.
So look at that page with the pops. Yeah.
Yeah, what is that blade, dude? You come some kind of lightning bolt? Lightning bolt? You
guys willing to spend the money, but not the time.
It's such a weird, like if you look at the same picture with the blade, you scroll down, he's got the Make Toys Target Master, then he's got some sort of Hot Rod / Rodimus chug thing with a Starscream chug thing with Soundwave Masterpiece in boombox mode. Like it's just, I don't know if this is completely like thought out. You see the Mandalorian riding the dinosaur.
What's that thing behind it?
That's fine. So that is
Is that like a late?
That's a lightsaber box. So if you go to I think
Disney.
anyway, if you go to Disney and you buy a lightsaber hilt, it comes in that box, but it doesn't fit in the cube right. So he's tilted sideways.
Excuse me, pardon me for the
Right. So now saying, pardon me for the lightsaber box. You got to clean this up.
Got to clean it up.
Borrow some pledge from the previous guy and clean this up. How about that?
I feel like the best part of this display is the Spider-Man on the top left, just the Marvel stuff. It just is the most interesting.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. This is from Gregory. And I actually think that this display is pretty clean. I think he needs to get his DTOFs off the ground.
Yep, and you got room to do it.
And he's got room to do it.
Got to do something with those comic books, too.
Yeah, those comics look bad.
It's an eyesore.
But that's it for me. And he's got the room, right? Because all the furniture's spaced out. It's not stuff stacked next to each other, right? So he's got room to put a few extra bookcases. Like this first picture, if he moved the DTOF to the left, the other DTOF to the right, he could put two at least more of these bookshelves in and spread out those comic books. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Especially, I mean, not to jump ahead, but if you look at the space, this is a big room.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential in here, and you don't have anything overcrowded.
Nope.
Like honestly, the worst thing about this are those books look so bad when everything else looks so kind of tidy.
Yeah, this is actually weird in the sense that you actually need more furniture, where we're telling people they need less.
Right.
But like you have the space, you have an optimal amount of space. You can put more furniture in here. You can raise it up. I'm not sure. It looks like these DTOFs are even lit, right? So they're good to go.
Yeah.
Like you are in a tremendous space to make this perfect.
And you have space like this Batman canvas that's behind this DTOF. Put it on the other wall to the left of it.
Yeah, get it out of the way. 100%.
And I guess you have the Superman one there too. But yeah, move those out of the way.
Yeah, put them somewhere where they make sense. Like on the opposite wall, it looks like he has something. I can't tell what it is. There's like blood stains and stuff. Like
is it a Daredevil maybe?
Maybe, but like that's a cool piece. Put your art on one wall or something, but like don't hide the art behind the DTOFs. And I'm guilty of it too. I've made the same mistake. I've got one huge piece of art here I love that's completely hidden behind DTOFs. Even your Transformer DTOFs are like, some of them could use a few risers and stuff, but as far as Transformer DTOFs go, we've seen far worse.
Yeah, they're not bad by any means. Even this Superion that you have at the bottom doesn't look bad.
Nope.
I feel like he needs to come up.
Oh, it's not great, but it's not bad.
Right, I see. Because I see if you look at the other ones, he's got Devastator.
A lot of
and another one in there.
A lot of head space there.
I think Slag looks stupid.
Is this the pose?
By himself?
Yeah.
Well, it's also because you can't do Dinobots and DTOFs because they don't fit right. So he's got Grimlock in one, he's got Swoop and Snarl in another, then he's got Slag in a different one, then Sludge underneath that one. Like it's all a nightmare.
Also, aren't these the Gigapower ones?
He could put them all in one. Like one DTOF should have all of them, even if they're all spread out.
One shelf.
That's exactly. Just all in one shelf.
No, in one DTOF.
These Gigapower Dinobots look so good to me. They almost look. I think putting them inside the DTOF maybe taken away from how
I agree.
Really cool them in metallic they are.
I think if you put those on top of like the bookshelf that you have with the comics or something, they're going to look far better.
The mantle, you got this fireplace. What if you put them? I don't know if they're too big, but put them across that mantle.
Yep, that's it.
All he's got to do with that Slag is get like one of the small risers, like it's like a Legend scale risers. There's tons of them, and then Just put one leg up.
Yep.
So the one leg up thing has become a curse. It's become a curse. And I've noticed the flaw even in my collection after Robert has pointed it out.
What's Omega pointing at?
I mean, look, man, he's not pointing at anything, right? But I'm not mad at that because like I have a lot of characters pointing to nothing also.
But there's only so
With
much
the
you can
leg
do
up.
with that thing.
Well, I disagree. All he needs is the Optimus Prime trailer there in front of him and get a leg up. And then it looks like he's stepping over it and giving a shot to somebody on the side.
Fair enough. But Gregory, I think that you got a pretty decent setup here, man. I think you can do more with it. You have the space. You have the luxury of space, which we rarely ever see. So utilize the space. Use your space privilege. The last entry is from Thomas. Now, before I send this, and my finger is on the send button, I want to say one thing before I send this.
Choo-choo.
He's 12 years old.
Okay, could have just texted that.
But I only say it because
Oh, wow.
he's actually figured out more than a lot of these people
And I was
have
gonna
in their
say,
30s or 40s.
He's like a Jaina. He's got some plants in there.
I know. Yeah, like look, the shot of just the room is cool. And granted, I don't know how much of this is him and more of just like his parents, but they've done a good job.
Ooh, look at the Pac-Man wall.
Five Nights at Freddy poster. There's like
The Pac-Man wall is especially cool with all the video game stuff below, above. That one case that he's got a ton of stuff in might be a little overcooked.
So I think it works though here because it's like, it's not meant for display. It's more of like a memory box almost.
Yeah, but I hear you. I don't disagree necessarily, but I'm just saying it might be. There might be a little bit of stuff in here that if you took and removed and spread out somewhere else, it would look better.
Stuffed animals and the boxed pops. Like the Legos are cool in there because where else are you going to put them?
Dude, I love the wall of hats with like the skateboard or whatever that is in between.
yeah.
Hats off to them.
The worst, I think the one thing that probably needs the most work is whatever these shelves are above the bed, like and above the Grogu poster. The Baby Yoda. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, they're not big enough. The stuff that's occupying those shelves isn't big enough.
Yeah, especially because everything else flows so well and looks really thought out, and those just look like they're just kind of jammed on there.
Yeah,
I like these two horses.
He could he could actually lower that shelf and do more there, or switch those pieces out for bigger pieces.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, right. Those are so whatever they are so small. Like, are they Lego? Maybe they are Lego stuff. On the bottom, maybe they're minifigures, and that's what they are.
They are Lego. They are Lego.
Yeah. All right.
The
and
shelves,
maybe there's
the
stuff
spacing between the shelves is too big for Legos.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would say is like figure out a better place to put those. Like maybe what's in this closet where you have your computer
and
you
even
got
like
more Lego up there too.
On like the door into his room, like the little gamer bit with the whole you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely describes what's going on up in there. He's got seating.
Right.
He's got bedding.
I mean, he's got a pretty cool room for a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
I feel like some of the pieces and stuff that are in here. Like what's this Prime? I feel like this dude has a parent that's a collector.
Yeah. This dude has a parent that knows what time it is.
Right. No, but it's cool. That floor is really cool, man.
Really?
I think that's cool.
I feel like the floor is a little antiquated, but I'm not mad at it in there because of the gaming kind of motif.
Element, right? With the controller wall. I don't like the fact that he's a pinata for a pillow, though.
What I see.
I think having the poster of Grogu right next to the bed's really weird. That's weird.
That is a little weird. The stuff over the bed is the worst part. That's the part that's got to be rethought.
This is great, though, overall.
Yeah,
Very
overall,
good
it's not
job,
bad,
Mom.
especially for a young kid.
Good job, Mom.
Or Dad, probably.
Or Dad. Right.
This was not Dad. If it was Dad, he'd have detolfs. They'd be on the floor. They'd have the dot light.
This might be a combination of Mom and Dad. Because even like the walls, like some of the walls are 2 of the walls are blue, 2 of the walls are brown. That's Mom.
But there's some cool, man, there's this Minecraft shelf that's got all this Minecraft stuff. Like somebody just put a lot of care into this,
no doubt.
into their kid's room. But the kid is also keeping it nice, which is the kind of more of a shock to me.
At least for pictures.
Right. Maybe just for the photo, but it looks
This
in here. If I would have walked into this room as a kid, when I was a kid, I would have hated you instantly.
I think this kid's
because it would have been way cooler than the room that I had to share with 3 brothers. You had 4 beds in there.
This kid's into Harry Potter. He's got Harry Potter Lego and a Ravenclaw
He's into
plaque.
everything.
Friday Night at Freddy's.
Yep.
Bobby loved that movie. Friday Night at Freddy's.
Friday night at Freddy's. It's Friday night at Freddy's, not Saturday. Yeah. It's Friday night.
The kids get so irritated.
The kids get so mad. My kids get so mad at me. It's 5 nights at Freddy's. I'm like, oh, it's Friday night. What are you going to do?
One of those nights is Friday.
Ooh, he has an amp. What do you think he plays? Do you think he has an axe?
Recorder.
He plays the recorder on his amp.
No, that's a karaoke machine because it's got a little ball. I bet you that's a karaoke machine. It's got this little crystal ball on top.
So let me tell you something. If you look at the picture of his bed, you see the Nintendo controller pillow?
Yep.
You see those 2 horses in front of it?
Yeah, I did see that.
Those are the stuffed animals that actually mean something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because they don't match anything else, but they're still there.
And
that means they actually mean something.
I think this is cool, man. Your room is cool.
Yeah, dude. For what it's worth, in spite of our criticisms, you did it much better than most 40-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, look at you did it better than Pledge, the first guy. What's crazy is this kid is 12.
Yeah.
It's a fact. This kid is 12, so now I'm interested to see, because now 2 years later, does he even care about any of this stuff anymore?
Yeah, so here's the other thing, is that, like, you know why his room is dope? Because parents are making sure he cleans up after it. Now, if half of you 40-year-olds would do the same thing and clean up after yourselves before you clean the and send them in, you know?
But also, you know,
or mom
maybe
and dad
they got a house cleaner. Yeah, maybe they got a house cleaner, but either way, somebody's taking care of it, and you should appreciate that. It's nice.
You should.
All I want to know is what kind of a beating did this kid get before this room got cleaned?
We're submitting these to the Skullface channel. You better get your together.
They're brutal, you little phenom.
I need a Trump bot.
And a rhinoceros. Let's throw in some real randoms. Rhinoceros.
2 Shetland ponies.
How about a dirty jacuzzi? A dirty jacuzzi.
No, we already did that.
Yeah. Just water scum on top of it. Pledge.
Pledge.